Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, May 4th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I speak up and listen for that which I value. May the 4th. This is such perfect May the 4th be with you energy. Lots of power plays at hand, huh? And with what's going on in the world, I think this is so key to remember as we build to this eclipse in Scorpio, as we are in this eclipse portal between looking at our values and working to not fall into fear and to stand in our power, to be very aware of what your values are, to be very aware of the power plays at hand and not falling into fear. That being said, I forget who I was talking to. Somebody was like, wow, they must really have like astrologers like helping roll out the agendas. And I would say absolutely. Like there's definitely things rolling out agendas beyond divine plan, I would say. And this is the thing to be aware of and to listen for in this energy. I feel like there's no surprise about announcements being made right now as we are building to this Sun-Uranus conjunction tomorrow, actually, early Thursday. And even where it was rolled out, it just was perfect timing. It couldn't be any more perfect timing, so to speak. And my feeling is when these things happen that there's usually layers of things happening. So even as you hold space for your values, whatever they may be in this, and, speak for them and stand in your power and stand in your truth, do be aware of the multiple layers of things that are happening. So important, so key. That being said, we are building to this Sun-Uranus conjunction, and we have Mars feeding into this energy. While it's Pisces and Taurus, it still can be very explosive. Anytime Mars and Uranus are connecting, even in a favorable sextile like this is, Uranus pushes the button and Mars is ready to shoot the spark, to set off the fireworks, so to speak. And so be very aware that even as these energies can be very triggering, painful, etc., whatever they are for you, be aware of your reaction and let your reactions be appropriate, and do not give your power away in and through this energy. Keep that in mind with all this. It's very, very important. So the key component today is this Mars-Uranus sextile. And like I said, building to the exact Sun-Uranus conjunction. But they're both at 14 degrees today. So we're feeling it. We're feeling that energy. And again, with Uranus, there is an revolution process that is happening. And a lot of times it does come through triggering energies, triggering events. Uranus is here to liberate us from our junk. Uranus is here to help us grow up. Truly, really, truly grow up. It's also really interesting. There's a lot of 14 degree today. We've got the Sun, Uranus hanging out at 14 degrees. We've got Chiron at 14 degrees. We've got Mars at 14 degrees. That's 5 energy. 5 energy is about change. I actually do have Wheel of Fortune card today. So we're definitely in some change energy in this. And 5 in astrology corresponds with Mercury. So listen, pay attention. Like I said, there's layers and levels in this. And sometimes we can get so caught up in the change whirlwind that we don't necessarily examine all those layers and levels. And my feeling is this is something we want to be aware of. Hence all these 5s, all these 5 energies that are working us today. Now, besides this Mars-Uranus energy, which again is very triggerable, but we are called to take evolutionary action in this. Rise up. See how you can rise up in and through this and not not get spun so much. Besides this, our moon, the moon is moving from Gemini. Again, listening. Be listening. Don't get so caught up in these stories. Listen. Moon is moving from Gemini into Cancer. So that Cancer moon is definitely going to take us deeper into the feelings. It's not going to shift till late in the afternoon, early evening, depending where you live. Afternoon, 4:05 p.m. Pacific time is when we have that shift. Before that, the moon in Gemini, it's making several connections. It's squaring Neptune and Jupiter. This is where we need to like stop, drop, and listen. Pay attention to your intuition in and through all of this as well. And that's why I'm bringing you this. Like, May the Force. We definitely have some Star Wars stuff going on, right? So, May the Force. Listen to your intuition for these deeper layers. Like, why the stir up? Why now? What's happening in and through this? Just keep that in mind and try not to swing so wildly in and through all the information. My snotty Mahalo is really agreeing as he makes his way over to me, sneezing. He's like, sneeze it out, shake it out. Thank you, Mahalo, for that. So Moon in Gemini, squaring Neptune, squaring Jupiter, both hanging out in Pisces. It also feels like there's a lot of karmic components, karmic past life components that are being worked through in this, and sometimes we do need to move through the process to work through it. So hold faith in that process. Moon and Saturn colluding early in the day as well. Again, there's a lot of karmic energy kind of stirring up in this. So just keep that in mind as part of all this change. A lot of times, so a lot of people are like, oh, past lives, you don't need to know them. You just got to like pass them on. But I found for me, like, it's the awareness of them that ultimately lets me like move through them, pass them up. And I think it's this kind of thing, like, sometimes you can't level up. Sometimes you can't be in that evolution without going to that place. So just keep that in mind in and through this. Moon in Cancer, like I said, is going to bring on the feels. And Moon in Cancer will be squaring Venus, now in Aries. Venus in Aries. Remember what I said? Ready to go for a fight? Ready to fight for its values? So Moon in Cancer, there's a lot of feels coming up. Be very aware of where your feels are and work on finding that, what is the word? It was right here. It went away. I can't get there. Equilibrium within yourself. Take some time to find that. The Aries energy can be so reactive. And this is practice for when Jupiter is rolling in sooner than later into Aries. That's just going to expand that energy. And then Mars, not so far behind it. So, equanimity, equilibrium, balance within before going off the reaction deep end, right? Card-wise, top of the cards have the King of Wands. You are the creator energy. Keep that in mind in and through this. Keep that in mind as part of your power. What is your work to create in and through the unfolding? May the 4th. And how can you hold that vision in and through this energy? Watch where you're getting stirred up in the mental mind games in and through this. And watch where you're holding on to something having to be this one way when it is in a energy of shift and change with the change card. So I'm going to leave this here for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, meclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.